We're back, and welcome to another episode of Dudes Digital Downloads, Reviews, and shit. Sunday Fun Days. Cheers, Kike!
Hey, cheers, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. Today, we are doing the highly overrated Asteroid City. Yeah. As you can see, we're gonna do this movie. We just came out digitally. We're probably a week's late because these overlap because we do them once a week. We saw this probably 2 months ago when it came out. But you're seeing the video 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what happens with Warner when they release movies.
Yeah.
They're in the theaters, and then 3 weeks later, you get to see it at your home. You don't even need to go to theaters anymore because they suck ass.
So wait.
Yeah. Asteroid City, the highly anticipated Wes Anderson brand new film because he hasn't made a film in a while, and of course he puts all the most famous people he could ever think of. For whatever strange reason, Bill Murray was not in this.
Oh yeah, that's actually true.
He's in every Wes Anderson film.
I wonder if it was during the days where he was accused of being sexually indecent.
You mean like nowadays? He's being accused right now. I mean, Scarlett Yost was in it. She knows he's not a pervert.
Well, wasn't she naked in the movie? Spoiler alert.
That wasn't her. I seen pictures of her naked. That is not her body.
I don't know.
It was a body double. Yeah. It wasn't her. Trust me, she has pink nipples. Those were fucking like brown.
Jesus Christ.
I've seen the leaks. Okay, don't worry. Anyways, it's a movie. It's a Wes Anderson film, so it's gonna be weird. It's weird. Yeah. But it's a movie about you watching a show showing you a play. And then in between the play, they show you what the actors were going through while performing the play. And at the same time, you also see what's happening backstage during the performance of the play. So
let me try to simplify that.
Layers.
That's for everyone. Yeah,
layers. A lot of layers in this fucking movie.
Like Shrek said, layers, okay? Like an onion.
Yeah.
So I like to think about it as the introduction at the beginning of the movie. We have Bryan Cranston, I think, is the
it is Cranston.
He's being the voice of the movie, of the narration. He's the narrator, right? So I like to think about it as like we're coming in to the world of the writer who's doing this play, right? And as he's going through the movie, he's fixing little things, knickknacks and whatnot. If you notice at the beginning of the movie, we are not sure what happened with a car. Like, it's almost like if the writer's writing it down and he's like, well, something happened with the car. It could be this, it could be that. Let's move on. And then he moves on and keeps writing and writing. And that's why like sometimes in the movie, you kind of like go chapter to chapter, but then you go back into another chapter and kind of like he fixes something, you know? There's instances of the movie where the actual actor who's playing the play is asking questions to the writer. Like, what's my motivation? Should I feel like this? You know, blah, blah, blah. So obviously this movie is not for everyone. I mean, it's kind of complicated in the way that it's, you know, like,
but it's one of those, it's one of those where it's even another layer on top of that.
Yeah.
Because this is literally saying that life is a play and you're just acting, and it doesn't matter if, because that's when the part when he asked the director, am I doing it right?
Yeah.
And he says, yes. He goes, but how do I know? He goes, it doesn't matter. We chose you because we like you. And the way you're doing it is perfect. Even if it's wrong, it's perfect. And that's like God telling you, it doesn't matter how bad you fuck up in life or what happens. Just live. Keep doing that. And then the whole part about like getting over his wife and fucking Scarlett Yost, because it's like, hey, it doesn't matter. Life moves on. It keeps going. Don't fucking let tragedy stop you and shit. That's like another layer they added on top of that.
That's really okay. So obviously it's a Wes Anderson movie. there's a lot of aesthetic in this fucking film. Obviously, like everything needs to look perfect. If you noticed in the way of the film, that how it looks very like 50ish Technicolor looking.
Yeah, Technicolor.
Yeah, everything looks 50s, like
bright
50s as fuck, you know, bright, you know, like over saturated colors, right? Which is perfect. I mean, I think that's a Wes Anderson kind of thing. Like, you know, good for you, man. You aced it. But another thing that is perfect too is the lighting in black and white. Lighting in black and white is hard. It's hard as fuck because you don't know the spectrum when you're there. When you're in real life, you're watching it in real life, you know, colors. And in black and white, it's a lot different. So he did great. I mean, if anything, he's probably gonna get a nomination about photography or whatever.
There's two things that I didn't like.
Yeah.
The first thing I didn't like is that there's a lot of famous actors that didn't even need to be in the movie because their role was, you could have just done it without them.
Yeah.
Like Jeff Goldblum, there was no reason for, I loved it because it's him. Because he woke us fuck. But there's no reason for him to be in this movie. I will say the same thing about Willem Dafoe and his 5 minutes there being the actor teacher. Like it was that character shouldn't even been there. And then Steve Carell. I love Michael Scott, the greatest man that's ever walked this planet Earth. But what the fuck was his character? Why was he there for? For nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's a trademark of Wes Anderson. Sometimes he uses actors for small little things, and it's not even, you can't even consider it as like, oh, look at that, like, oh, I didn't even, it's surprising to me. No, now for the people that know Wes Anderson, we already know that some of these people are going to come out. I thought that Jeff Goldblum actually was really funny in that part. Actually, because, spoiler alert, he's the alien, right? He's doing the
alien's all weird. Stop motion and shit, not even him. You only see him when they go backstage and he's sitting in a chair and he's like in the costume, like if he did it, but he didn't do it. It was all stop motion. So it was just like, there was no point of even having Jeff Goldblum or even showing them because he didn't even have a line. He's just, oh, where's the director? He's back there. And that's it. That's it.
That's the joke. I think that was perfect because you wouldn't expect it. You thought it was a fucking animation. You're like, whatever. That fucking alien was weird in the animation, okay? And now you know why the alien is weird. It's fucking Jeff Goldblum. It's weird. I don't know. I think I thought of it as a fucking punch joke. It's just like there, just for kicks and giggles. I thought it was okay.
The other thing that pissed me off, the second thing that pissed me off, and probably the most important thing that pissed me off, Kike, is that they had that child molesting pedophile Tom Hanks in his movie.
Oh shit. Yeah, Tom Hanks on. Oh yeah, by the way, Tom Hanks is in here. Yeah.
For no reason except to tell you that he knows you know he's a pedophile and he's getting away with it. He wore red shoes.
What does that even mean?
Okay, you don't even look up Isaac Cappy, or you know nothing about what's really going on.
No, I'm not Antifa or some shit like that.
It's not Antifa, it's the truth, you idiot. People have gotten killed. He went on Instagram and put a picture with his red shoes, a picture of roadkill, and he says, I saw some roadkill on Route 66. He put it like that, and then the next day, Isaac Cappy committed suicide over a drawbridge on Route 66.
What? I didn't know that.
His trademark is red shoes, which is why he did that movie, The Man in the Red Shoe, that we saw.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it's his trademark that he touches children, he makes them wear red shoes and shit. And then they had a scene with 3 little girls in this. I was just like, man, I hope they had like the parents were there making sure this motherfucking child molester wasn't doing nothing to these fucking, you come here and sit on grandpa's lap. Fuck you.
Okay. Going back to the movie, I didn't think this was like the best of, you know, this writer-director, Mr. Wes Anderson. I don't think this is the best. There's better movies.
It's too smart. Like the jokes are also really smart.
It's not smart. It's a different category of film. You can take it as that, I guess. There's, you know, kung fu fucking like movies. Yeah. There's fucking action movies. There's comedies. He has his own kind of thing, you know, like it's another thing. Oh, you want to watch a Wes Anderson movie? It's like saying, hey, you want to watch a comedy? It's so weird. He created his own thing, which is cool. But this is not his strongest. I think his strongest was, I don't know, maybe The French Dispatch or the freaking Darjeeling Limited, or I don't know. Those movies are fucking great. They have it doesn't it concentrates on an actual story.
Life
you know,
Aquatic
like
with Steve Zuzu is better. Rushmore is his best movie.
Rushmore is amazing. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah,
that's his best.
It's one of his first movies, and it's really fucking good.
So we recommend this 50-50.
50-50, especially not something you want to get into if you want to get into the whole like Wes Anderson boat. Watch one of the older ones first, and then watch this, and you'll appreciate it a little bit more, because this is just gonna be weird for you, period.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Anyways, that's about it. I just want to say thank you all for watching us. Actually, nobody watches this. I don't even know why we're still doing this digital downloads reviews. I think we get like 5 views every week and shit. But anyways, they're not really that long, and we're gonna keep doing it, I guess, because we're bored. We don't have any lives. But cheers!
Hey, cheers.